to the woods, unsure of what we'll find. I'll follow your lead and you'll follow mine. Tonight, you're chasing every step we run like it's a riot. To the water where the world leads, and then we dive to shatter the sky. So why the hell would I sleep when there is a better dream lying here in front of me? With every breath and every move, you watch the sun replace the moon. The night, stop time, let's rewind, do it all over. Your hand fits mine, pull me just a little closer, just to touch you, just to feel your skin, just to kiss you again and again. Take me back to the night, like a repeat, like a scene from a movie. Just gets better and better. Let's live the night Tonight, stop time, let's rewind, do it all over. Your hand fits mine, pull me just a little closer, just to touch you, just to feel your skin, just to kiss you again and again. Take me back to the
Well, hello there, and welcome. Let me just play some chill music in the background. I've seen your comments. Atlas, also tell me if the levels are fine. I think the music is a bit too, like, low. I think this is gonna be cool. So, you'd love to see a video from me showing my audio gear and why I chose it. So, I can do it right now, before people join, like, we're waiting on more people to join. Because I wanna show you a video that Golga just posted like 5 hours ago. But yeah, so I have this microphone. I have a Rodecaster Pro 2, and that's it. I had this microphone because of my studio, and I bought the Rodecaster Pro 2 because of the routing that you can do with like two PCs and all of that, because at some point I will probably do like a 2 PC streaming setup when I get enough money for a second PC and to like connect all of it. But also there is a video of me showcasing my studio last year, and it was a Patreon only video, and you can check it on Patreon. But Atlas, you're a supporter here on YouTube, so you're not gonna see the Patreon posts. It's probably gonna be linked in the Patreon section in my community channel. It's an hour-long video, and I just take you through a tour of my music studio that's like right there behind me. But yeah, SM7B is the one that I'm on right now. I had a AKG 414C because I have a pair. I have Neumann's. I have all of the stuff that you need for like a successful and like, I don't know what's the word here, a good music studio. So yeah, I just used that. I had all I didn't have all the cameras. I bought one with the Patreon money. Oh, you're also a patron. Yeah, so yeah, you can see it. Sorry, I forgot, you're also a patron. So you can see it there, like it's posted. It's one of the first things that I posted just for patrons. I have been neglecting like patrons and members on YouTube. I want to post some videos for them, but also the issue is I don't have what to post because like it takes me fucking 8 hours just to like stream, then cut up a stream into clips and all of that, and then like it's just a pain in the ass. So good morning, Sheen. So yeah, right, we can start off right now. We have a video by the one and only Golgot 100. The video is called Salvage 2013 up to 2022. I don't know what I wanted to say. But yeah, also tell me if the levels are fine. I think like it sounds like my microphone is peaking, even though I don't think it should peak. Like it's just weird. But I don't know if I mentioned, but the senior citizen hoodie I got was extremely comfortable. I was surprised at the quality. Nice. I'm glad to hear that. Just post a picture in general chat in my community channel, and I'm gonna post your picture there. I just love having your pictures, like you guys in hoodies and beanies and all of that. So anyway, let's watch this video. I wanted to do a video on this, and I guess this is the best time because like Golgots basically made the video for me, so I can just react to it. So yeah, it's low effort content, but fuck it. Fuck it. No distortion on stream? Alright, nice. Alright, let's watch this.
Salvage isn't an aside. It's a career with its own...
And by the way, I'm playing you this because I was talking about this for a couple of streams now, for a couple of years now, that like Salvage has been delayed and delayed for fucking ages, and I just never got around to like cut the video for like just for Salvage. And this is a 12-minute video, and it's fucking amazing.
It's a career with its own mechanic, story tie-ins, and universe-shaping endgames. Discover the secrets of the ancient Hades, locate valuable components and cargo, or go down in history as the first to make contact with an entirely
doubled. The clip is doubled.
new alien race.
Oh my fucking god! So yeah, that's the issue with OBS. It's not anything else. It's just OBS being a bitch. All right, let's replay it again.
Isn't an aside. It's a career with its own mechanic, story tie-ins, and universe-shaping endgames. Discover the secrets of the ancient Hadesians, locate valuable components and
Should be good
cargo,
now.
or go down in history as the first to make contact with an entirely new alien race.
The live teams after we're live.
Yeah, this is going to be great for our salvage mechanic that was added as one of the stretch goals.
That's right. That's right.
Explorers.
You know, I'm looking for. I think that's what I'm gonna play. Salvage.
You got to check out the
2014.
salvage ship we're working on.
Oh, I think I've seen it. And now they're gonna want to know when they get to see it. So what's the answer? Soon.
And we hit $55 million this week.
That is a crazy...
So that soon, they were talking about the Reclaimer, and it was called something else before. It wasn't the Reclaimer, it was the... whatever. But it got released in 2018. That's soon for Seiji.
amount of crowdfunding.
It is a crazy amount of crowdfunding. Did you pick up your Reclaimer?
I did. I picked up a Reclaimer, a nice big ship. It's selling amazingly well. People are really into the salvage mechanic.
Randy Vasquez. He's working really closely with the concept artist who's...
Excuse me, what did he say?
Salvage mechanic ship. It's selling amazingly well. People are really into the salvage mechanic.
Okay, people are... I thought that he said that that it's working really well with the salvage mechanic. That would be just awkward.
Randy Vasquez. He's working really closely with the concept artist who's putting together the Crucible. And as we talked about before, he's working hand in hand with the salvage mechanic. So that's all coming together.
So we have claws kind of to hold things in shape. We have tools and equipment all around the bay. These bays will kind of open up into space so that way stuff can come from outside.
Cool. We'll need a way to move, salvagers at a good pace of speed from point A to point B. Now, Randy's initial idea was a human catapult.
Everybody loves human catapults.
Yeah.
And this is also where a lot of good direction from management, such as Chris or Ben, also comes into play. So when we...
So 2 years after the first clip.
Release a feature or a ship thematically, for example, if we wanted to do a salvage feature, ideally...
And by the way, I thought that maybe they were delaying salvage because of one reason, and that reason is like most ships probably didn't have, but they did. Like, you know, when you shoot them and like the shields are down and you see like holes on the ships, that's like a thing that Salvage is using right now, like the hull stripping is using right now. So I thought that maybe they were delaying it because of that, because they didn't have it. By 2015, they already had that mechanic. So
Really, we want to have thematically. For example, if we wanted to do a salvage feature, ideally we want to have content for players to be able to take advantage of that. So, you know, a salvage.
Shane Newman said, look at the experienced devs back then, all gone, replaced by babies. I mean, okay, so you can say that, but also you can say that, like, these guys didn't do much because they really didn't.
Specific ship would be a good example of releasing when we release the salvage.
And they're not all just youngsters in CEG. There's also old guys. And then whenever there's an old guy, somebody posts that like he's too old to work on a game. Like, you gotta decide, are they too young or too old?
Mechanic.
None of these things are coincidental. When we do decide to create a ship and then decide a release date for it, we need to ensure that the systems that are unique to that ship actually exist, are designed out and are implemented from code and tech design, so that those systems are in play by the time the ship is actually created.
And we may not see that until we're focused more on the PU. Right now we're obviously all on Squadron 42 and the ships that are involved in Squadron 42, mostly. So we're
So even back in 2016, they were saying that they were focusing on Squadron 42, by the way.
Our attention.
Because for some reason, people keep on telling me that they started focusing on Squadron 42 like a couple of years ago, and this is fucking 6 years ago. So
it's there, but when we get to just pure PU stuff, then that's really where the salvage and repair and all that stuff will be tuned to be fun.
The second set of occupations that we're going to add is going to be mining and salvage. We won't have the dedicated ships necessary for these things until sometime next year, but I'm really anxious to widen the scope of what you can do within the game. And so we're going to be adding some more labor-intensive, up-close and personal variations on these jobs. On the
he's obviously reading this. Like, the marketing team wrote this down for him, and he's just reading it.
Salvage side, a salvage gun will allow you to strip surface materials from a ship. If you know where the most valuable areas are on the different types of ships, then you'll be able to make a pretty good living doing this.
The next one up would be 3.2 with repair and salvage. So we'll be able to salvage.
Now, yesterday I said that salvage was, or 2 days ago I said that salvage was supposed to be released in like 2017, 16, 17 with like 3.2, but yeah.
Repair.
And then
So
they
I would say
released
that
the reclaimer, and they were like, yeah, I mean, we're going to postpone salvage for a patch because, and the patches, just so you know, the patches weren't like quarterly patches like they are now, even though they're not anymore. But yeah, so they were like releasing 1 to 2 patches a year, and then they wanted to postpone salvage to like get it up to a standard, and they released the reclaimer, and it just like, it fucking never changed up until now.
Releases, which is what you've seen in the last few releases, is probably going to be something like 2 to 3 months between releases. So just to give expectations, because I don't want to go through 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, and 3.4, and everyone goes, okay, we're going to get that in 4 months.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be released in 2017.
And there's also a lot of salvage to be had in the area because of how long the military operated here, though they cleaned up a lot of their...
The writers do really nice fiction stuff, but a lot of that fiction stuff is specifically seeding what we want to do long term. So.
Now this clip is really important because, yeah, he's talking about the guy that's talking about like salvage in a system. If you never watched these videos, they're like hilarious, but also like it's just like play pretend that we actually have a verse, and they're like telling us what's going to happen there. And then Chris hops in and he says that like
fiction stuff, but a lot of that fiction stuff is specifically seeding what we want to do long term. So.
And what's up with Pyro then? Because Pyro is not what it was supposed to be. It's a completely different system now. So yeah, this clip is very important.
So don't just view it as fiction. It is highlighting where the game will go.
All right. Will the outpost be salvageable?
I want them to be.
I want to as well.
Well, to me, it's basically like cleaning up extra stuff. So if somebody wants to abandon it, somebody wants to attack it, take it down, burn it, and then you go in and you salvage it, I think that should be doable.
It has a giant claw underneath that's got lasers on, and it cuts up the material and all gets sucked in through a vacuum inside, which can then get processed. It's got a drone bay at the top.
This was just just before they released the Reclaimer.
It's got these hatches that will open out, and you just have player controlled drones that will fly out from there, which can then go to help salvage parts of the ships.
So yeah, you heard it here first. The Reclaimer has drones, if you never knew it.
There's basically 5 different phases to it. There would be the hull phase, or the stripping of it. Then there's the mulching of the ship. There's item extraction. There's data extraction, and then there's possible siphoning. So whether that be air or gas, we will be focusing on the hull stripping first, and then from there, start working through.
So they're focusing on hull stripping first in 2018, 4 years ago.
Those other facets of gameplay.
Yeah, I think this is something worth mentioning. Most of these things now are reaching their tier 0 and they'll go live. And once they go live, there'll be so much to build upon that, because we're trying to keep all our systems open-ended, so there's more to come always.
For salvage, you will locate derelicts and you will scan it and you'll find out what metals it's made up of and how I can use this to strip it for parts.
It's the big industrial salvage ship that could.
Not a thing.
With a reinforced
Not right
cargo
now.
bay,
Anyway.
long-range jump drive, tractor beams, unmanned drones, floodlights, and more. Let's check in.
And the Reclaimer will allow for...
So yeah, they released the Reclaimer with all the features. Without any of the features of the Reclaimer. And like 4 years after that, we got a Reclaimer with tier 0 salvage, like the hull stripping. That is so boring and so shit that it's just like whatever, dude.
For a new career, our mission options with salvage mechanics plan to come online later this year.
Check out those features and others planned for Star Citizen on our live roadmap, which you can access on the RSI website. As we get closer to the end of the quarter, you'll notice many features for Alpha.
Salvage planned, and then Salvage pushed back to 3.3. That's what I was talking about.
3.1 have been completed and are now being polished, while others are nearing the end of their development stages, like the vehicles covered in ShipShape.
Yes, and one of the other ships that you saw making its way through the pipeline is
The Drake Vulture promotion will begin for all backers tomorrow, June 15th, and will be your entry point to an exciting career in the universe of salvaging.
Yeah, so they were flying on the wings of Salvage, basically, and the popularity of Salvage, and then they started selling the concept to the Vulture 4 years ago.
Then it's salvage charges to break apart the hull more. So essentially the ship cuts up the panels of the wrecks, it drags them in while processing, and then it goes into the second processing stage inside of the ship.
Is that what we're seeing right now? Are we cutting the panels? Oh no, it's tier 0, Grumpy. No, like it can be tier 0, but it's not the thing that they said it's gonna do. It should cut the fucking panels, and then like you should have this, and just like you can see it on the picture. People bought the ship because of the picture. Simple as that.
While processing, and then it
These
goes
are not the droids you're
into
looking
the
for.
second processing stage inside of the ship.
I just want to make sure that like we're realistic for the continuing professions on 3.4, 3.5.
So Salvage got moved from 3.3, or it first got moved from 3.2 to 3.3, and then moved to 3.5.
3.6, etc. So
I just saw that the selling mechanics, the selling to shops feature was supposed to happen in 3.3.
3.4, 3.5, 3.6, etc. So
but after that, you start work on salvaging, and that's salvaging is currently scheduled for an early 2019 release, if I remember the roadmap right now.
And whenever CAG says that in the past 4 years they're not acting like they did in the period between 2012 and 2016, you can just show him this video.
2019 release, if I remember the roadmap right now. I don't have it directly in front of me. All right, cool.
And so
So it was supposed to be released in 2019.
Included a video. It's from a couple years ago, just to kind of illustrate the concept. And basically, this is just the damage texture, which is very, the same basic tech that we're going to use to extract it. So you could think of it as.
So I thought that they didn't have this damage model on all the ships, but they did.
Used to extract it. So you could think of it as.
Space Engineers has great salvaging.
Yeah. Star System, but on the roadmap for next year. So all right.
With Salvage on the roadmap for the end of the year, what do we expect the initial rollout to look like as far as gameplay goes, and what technical hurdles do we have to overcome before we
moved from 3.2 to 3.3 to 3.5 to 3.8?
Start seeing some of the systems in the Reclaimer come online.
In terms of any tech limitations on the ship stuff, I'm not sure of any. The way that
are there any limitations? No, we can just do it. It's easy, like it's as easy as that.
I'm not sure of any.
The way that we generate these debris entities when a ship gets destroyed, it doesn't have any.
Now I'll tell you what tech they needed actually to like do salvage. Persistence. But they never did it properly. They had the P cache and then the I cache, and both of them didn't work. So in the end, they hired Turbulent to make persistent entity streaming for them so it would work.
The pipe connections or persistent information.
I look younger in that
collection of
press
entities,
conference.
brushes, and all sorts of things. We want those things to remain when a ship turns into a debris piece, but there's some technical limitations on why they don't.
We're going to be adding, obviously, more loops. I think next up we've got sort of fueling.
All right, so moved from 3.2 to 3.3 to 3.5 to 3.8, and now moved to 3.10.
Then it'll be salvage, more content, obviously, and then open up a bit. We'll see what happens.
Do we want to release?
Also, note, server meshing, 2019.
Do we want to release the components?
And they said by the end of the year.
First?
They also said that in 2018. So yeah.
Or do we want to,
this is from a video called Road to Salvage from 2020.
Release hull scraping, with the components, and say that is salvage as a whole.
It's the kind of like the first version of salvage that we're actually doing. So what we're calling it internally is it's more like hull stripping. It's a system that's been looming for a long time, and this is the starting point for it. Obviously, it expands out when we start looking at ship salvage. There'll be similar systems there where you might be able to use, hull scraping lasers to take that stuff off. But then there's
moved from 3.2 to 3.3 to 3.5 to 3.8 to 3.10, and then removed, and then 3.15, and then from 3.15 to 3.16, and delayed again to 3.18. Which is what we have right now. So they were working on it since 2014. And you saw what we got.
There's things like the Reclaimer with the claw, and you just kind of progress from what we're doing.
Minimal viable product citizen. That's the name of the game.
Down here,
Tier
all the
0
way up to
citizen.
that. So yeah, this is a really good starting point, for us to just start, noodling around with, playing with.
For the very first implementation, it will be a very generic material that is just kind of like munging everything off the ship that you're taking off it, that you're stripping away. The next
Why are
iteration
they
actually
talking about
enhances-
the very first implementation when they had it for 3.2 and then 3 and then 5 and 8 and 15 and whatever? Come on, I'm so grumpy. Yeah, they're working on it. Yeah.
To start stripping
Yeah, I'm so
materials
fucking
from
grumpy.
ships. Further down the line,
I'm going to show you why am I grumpy.
obviously we're going to build on that for the ships, which is kind of like the cutting off parts and taking those on and cutting away and using the...
Oh, by the way, then you know what happened with 318.
Like the muncher that we've got on the Reclaimer, for example, that will be coming down the line as well.
Hull scraping isn't just the first version of salvage gameplay coming to Star Citizen. It's the feature necessary to finally bring the upcoming Drake Vulture to the persistent universe. Let's check it out now and see what it looks like very close to its final form.
If you really want to try something different, something new, something that hasn't been in Star Citizen before, the Vulture is going to be where you want to go.
talking of salvage, that's one of those things that is somebody else's baby and feature. Has a massive impact on our.
And then a couple of days ago, it got moved to 2023 because we have it in the PTU, yeah, but it's not in the game. Like, it's not in the PU, so that would be fucking 9 years of them working on salvage, so we get a tier 0.
Our ships. All of their damage and underlying damage messages were created for a damage feature that was worked on many years ago.
The ships we made several years ago, they're not necessarily going to be fully compatible with these new features we drop. Yeah. So, that is tech debt.
Salvage work that necessitated all this was built off the damage system which we introduced with the Gladius.
So a long time ago.
2015.
2016.
It was actually 2015, yeah. But also you had it. So why didn't we have salvage then? Or the tier 0 of salvage?
And that system hasn't really changed since then.
That brings us to now, and the impending release of Alpha 3.18, which will add a whole
Hype.
lot more to this 2022
With all the brass
Star
in the
Citizen
background.
highlights, including hole stripping salvage gameplay.
Fuck yeah!
While we're close, we've determined this will require a bit more time. Our current target is to open Alpha 3.18 on the PTU to all testers this week. We'll then come back strong after the holidays and work to release to the live servers in January.
Oh, it's Mike.
Why does it look so boring? It's because it is this boring.
I had the same fucking reaction.
This is
I'm gonna show you
movie
it to you in a
content,
second.
This is watch a movie gameplay. It's not even mining. Because
It's
mining
not even
has
mining,
more
dude.
like
And mining is also boring.
of a need to be attentive than this does. I would like to see like a way to fail. Maybe add a little bit of skill to it.
I mean, yeah, adding some skill to it would be nice. Before I share you the link, I want to show you why am I so pissed off and why am I so grumpy. It's basically the same reaction as Mike's. Maybe have some sound. Where the fuck is the sound? Oh, here. Like 1 SU per fucking reclaimer, dude. This is from the stream from a couple of days ago. I'm not liking this. This is so fucking slow.
Yeah.
I am already bored with salvage. Alright. Time to draw some penises.
Well, I've already got ideas for spreadsheets. There's
Insanely
gonna be a spreadsheet
engaging
showing how much
content.
each ship will yield if you fully
But
salvage
wait,
it.
there's more. Let me check the comments. Late night, I watched two guys. Okay, that's two guys, one reclaimer. I can understand being bored with it. It's I sort of enjoy it as a cooldown period between combat. As the initial step in breaking down a ship, like in a shipbreaker, you start with hull panels. It's a good first step. And then, like DM replied with like 6 years of delay for step 1. And then there's a guy saying, you might wait a moment for some iteration before pronouncing it boring. I expect we will soon get stripping head options to increase speed. Soon, of course. We have not yet seen munching or component removal. Then there are the hull chunking charges for the Vulture to help with munching. And I replied with like, mate, they started working on this in 2014 and then in 2018 again. And then they were close to release in 2019, 20, 2021. And then we got this. It's fucking boring. It's just boring. It's as simple as that. It's just fucking whatever, dude. I was so excited for this. I was so excited to be a salvage guy and to like live on the reclaimer. Can't even fucking spawn my reclaimer in the PTU because it's being stored forever. But I think it got fixed actually. But whatever. Like it's just boring. here's the link. Go subscribe to Golgot. He's fucking amazing. He always does like these videos. And if you're gonna call me not factual and whatever, disingenuous, fuck you also. But like, because I'm gonna post this on YouTube as a clip. Fuck you. And yeah, just go and watch those videos. Simple as that. Like whenever before Golgot and some people showed me Star Archives, where you can search for everything that they said in all the videos on their channel. I'm talking about CAG. I just like talked about the shit that I saw, and I didn't remember where or when I saw that. And now that I have this tool, I don't even fucking need to make the videos because Golgot is gonna make them, and that's it. And now you see what I was talking about for 2 years almost. And like people were calling me fucking disingenuous and speculating and all of that. But since this is going to YouTube as like as a clip, I want to thank my sponsors. Raid Shadow, my supporters on Patreon and on YouTube. And if you want to support me, there's Super Chat, there's the join button, there's a Patreon link in the description of the video and of the stream. And also, if you want to support me and get something in return, you can check out my merch store, also linked down in the description. And when you check out the merch store, you're going to see a bunch of funny prints on like hoodies, t-shirts, beanies, stuff like that. And just check it out. You don't need to buy anything, just like I don't know, walk around it, and yeah, you're gonna see a bunch of funny stuff, and you might want to wear something. And honestly, I think that like supporting me through there, like you're gonna get something in return, and that's like the best option for you. If you're not, if like seeing my videos, if seeing my videos is not enough for you, and watching my videos and all that for you to support me, if you want to get something more in return. The merch store. Oh, it's not on the screen anymore. So, yeah, thank you for watching, and don't forget to make a towel when you're traveling through space. I don't know what I said, but goodbye. Anyway, we can continue with the stream now. This is what I wanted to show you. Who takes less of a cut from the money, Discord, YouTube, or Patreon? Discord, can you monetize your Discord channel? I do not know about that. Patreon takes like 3%, YouTube takes 30%. So yeah. Anyway, the new PTU should be up in a couple of hours probably, and I guess we're gonna be streaming at that point, and yeah, hopefully we're gonna see the new patch. I do not have the patch notes. Let me see. Nope, no patch notes for the new patch that is not out yet. But okay, I'm gonna do a Q&A, and you will tell me, do you want me to play the PTU or React? What the fuck did I click? Not a Q&A, a poll. There we go. I need a poll. That's what I wanted to start. PTU or React? PTU, React, and you vote. There are a few videos that you guys posted that I can react to. Honestly, Harrison, like whatever floats your boat. YouTube is also fine, like super chats, the join button, or like becoming a commander or whatever. Whatever is like easier for you. All right, you want me to play the PTU? All right, it's a pain in the ass, but reactive PTU doesn't work. Maybe, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Also, you can hop into my community channel, into my community Discord, and you can post some videos for me to react to if you want to. Loving the new stream visuals. Yeah, I do try. I tried changing the chat here. Let me find it. To this, it looked nice, but also it's just obstructing like most of the fucking. So yeah, I'm not using that. Sand cave bugs. I am not. gonna go into a sand cave. I'm not gonna search for one. React requests. Hardspace Shipbreaker has no business being this good. Yeah. I mean, most people saw the Hardspace Shipbreaker. We can hope that Star Citizen is gonna look like that. Let me switch to this more immersive scene. I just want to be able to take my helmet off in the PTU, you know, so I can drink in. Dude, I want to be able to have a helmet on, honestly, so I don't die and suffocate in fucking space. But yeah. Alright, I guess you guys want me to play the PTO, although 24 votes out of 70 people that are watching right now. Come on, you can do better. Yeah, 26. 27. 28. We need 36. Can anybody give me 36? 36 here? Here? No? Oh, fuck, it sold for 29 votes. Alright. PTU it is. We have Atlas Gaming in the house. He is in the podcast channel, waiting, wishing. Hello. Atlas. Hello. Oh, my microphone is not working on Discord. Oh, amazing. Oh, fucking great. All right. Let me close Discord, open it back up again. Maybe it's going to work. Can I say, did you get censored or did you censor yourself? Thank you, Randall, by the way, for the 50. Yeah, happy Christmas to you too, buddy. Hello? 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 No, it's not working. Fucking hell, dude. Alright, I guess I gotta fix my audio for this shitty microphone. There we go. Can you hear me, Atlas? Jesus fucking Christ. It's just everything. I need a streaming PC, honestly. There we go. But thank you for the $50. Randall, you're fucking amazing, honestly. I love you. So, what do you want to do? I mean, it's democracy, I guess. Huh? Yeah. Oh, they can't hear you. Oh shit, they can't hear you. Again. Oh, fuck. No, I fucking hate OBS. I hate streaming. I hate my life. I hate everything, dude. Alright, could you just talk? Whatever, just say something. Thank you. No, they cannot hear you. They still can't hear you because this is a dog shit fucking program.
Shit through a hardware mixer? You're using
There we
OBS to
go.
mix?
Both.
Okay.
But whenever I lose power on the USB, it just resets.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's working?
Yeah, it's working. They can hear you. Well, in this
Chat,
scene,
you can hear me?
at least, yeah.
All
But
right. So I was saying I logged in a little earlier today. It took 20 minutes to get in. Same issues that we had yesterday, which is to say the elevators are ganked, the display screens don't work, and you know, I mean,
usual.
I don't think they changed the version from yesterday, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Give me a second. Serpent just posted his picture of him in the hoodie.
Ah,
that he made.
nice.
Yeah, I never saw the gray one. Looks nice, dude. I like it. So, we can try it. Do you have an Inferno? Maybe. You probably have an Inferno, right?
An Inferno. The hell's an Inferno?
Ares Inferno.
Oh yeah. I got both.
I want to try that like against the Hammerheads or something like that.
Sure. Yeah,
because
we
of
can do
the shell penetration.
Is that in this version or shell penetration in the next version? 'Cause I wasn't
It
clear
is
on
in
that.
this version.
We're sure
It
about
is, in
that.
fact,
Okay.
in this version. Yep.
All right. Well, that's good, I guess. I do have one clip I can share with you if you want to play it here, which is something I wasn't aware of. Let me see. How do I get your clip?
You can just send it to me on Discord, or you can.
Let me see if it's small enough to do it through Discord.
Why can't I copy link? There we go.
Okay. See if it's small enough to send to you. 32 megs. So I did this
You sent me
just earlier today. It's
okay.
It's in direct message Discord.
Yeah. Give me a second.
It's literally a 10-second clip.
Get it onto my screen. All right. All right. Let's watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Self-explanatory.
Not having anything. Yeah.
Are you showing it to everybody? Because
Yeah.
Okay.
I am.
It hasn't caught up yet.
Wait, what?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the fucking fastest way to get to the space station, dude.
Fastest way to the airport. Yep. So that
fucking amazing.
Right?
I love it.
This is the
fucking
first
love it.
improvement I've seen yet.
It's a
Screw all
bug,
this shuttle
but it's a
bullshit.
bug that helps us out.
It's a total.
least.
I don't think I was fast enough to step on top of a shuttle. I think it just teleported me.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fucking amazing. All right. I'm in the PTU. You're not.
Okay. All right. Let me get in here.
Okay. PTU is unplayable. Mauricio says. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's pretty close to it. It's
no,
damn near
it's
unplayable,
never,
I would say.
Like, it's been never done before. Like it's the best fucking PTU ever. Come on. Did you not see the YouTubers and what they're saying?
Well, I did watch a few of the people that don't actually play the game, just make videos based on notes.
Mm-hmm.
I did watch those, yes.
Best Wave 1 ever.
Yeah, more features than any other Wave 1 ever in the history of the game, apparently.
Yeah. Of gaming. Ever.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. I mean, this is like the alpha to the alpha of the game. It's like alpha squared.
Yeah. No, it's you gotta take out, so it's gonna be the root of alpha, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, right. Square root of alpha.
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you, did you ever play Ark Survival Evolved?
Of course I have, yeah.
Okay. I thought I got into that like as soon as they put it on Steam in the pre-release. I thought that was one of the best games that was released as a pre-release and then updated all the way through release and made better with every patch.
Yep.
The frame rates
was
went
it buggy?
up.
A bit, but not this
It
much.
was a little bit buggy. There was some glitchiness going on. But I like every time they did an update in the pre-release cycle, you were excited because the game, you knew it was going to be better than the previous version.
Yeah.
Something was going to work better, smoother, faster. Bugs were going to be eliminated. And they were open to modding in pre-release. I actually wrote a few mods for that game back then.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought like that was the model for all pre-release games, but a lot of them don't follow that model.
Harrison said that he lost his marriage to the game. It was
To
worth it
art?
for the dragon.
Oh.
Why didn't you play on
Interesting.
fucking 20x servers or 50x? Why did you tame the dragon for? I think it took a week in like the normal speed servers.
Oh, for the I played the original. I was like a sadomasochist. I played on the
Are you hopping onto
original.
the PTU, by the way, Atlas?
I went in the PU accidentally, so now I'm coming into the PTU. It reset it. It went back from the PTU to the live by default.
Yeah.
I played originally on the official server 1x primitive mode, which means you can't get beyond the industrial bench. That's all you got.
Mm.
And did that for like a year. It like taming Quetzal was about 2.5 days.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Uh-huh.
At one point, I had like a horde of dodos, which were like all like level 100. We just like released the Kraken, basically.
Yeah, like playing that game before they put in mating to where you actually had
they can queue you
to
double
capture every animal. Oh, that was rough. All right, let me you want to invite me or do you want me to invite you?
You can invite me or whatever. Honestly,
Yeah.
I don't care. Okay, I fixed the sound digital.
No good.
Although there's no game sound. Fucking hell, dude. Oh, fuck OBS. Fuck my life. Fuck everything.
Yeah,
Is
I'd be
this-
happy to
no, this is
explain
not-
audio
this
to
is
you
fine.
if you'd like, but
Shut up.
probably not a live stream.
All right. You send me the invite. Okay.
I did.
No, the issue is like I have 8 outs on the Rodecaster Pro 2, and
Mhm.
they're all like called different. And in the OBS, whenever it resets, it just like does a hard fucking reset, and no audio is fed through. So I need to like route it all up, route it all, but the issue is I tend to forget the names, so I like double route
Sure.
it basically.
So it's all full right now. I'm just clicking over and over to try and get us in.
All right. Try the EU servers. Maybe US are not working.
The EU servers aren't running. Only US ones are right now.
No, I played on the EU. Like
It
2 days
reroutes
ago.
everything to the US. No,
Alright.
they said the announcement. They said the only servers running in the PTU are US.
All right. Fair enough.
Oh, just sent me in.
Mm-hmm.
You in?
Mm-hmm.
Good. So you're using a Rodecaster too?
Mm-hmm.
Got it. So about 3 years ago, maybe even 4 now. Shit, might be 4 years ago. We did a Kickstarter. So Adam Curry and I and another guy did a Kickstarter for a podcaster, specifically a podcaster-focused audio device.
Mm-hmm.
And got it pretty far along. We had the prototypes built. We had all the designs done for it, the 3D CAD models and everything, the engineering models. Did a Kickstarter for it. But one of my requirements to move forward with it was it had to be at least $1 million Kickstarter. Otherwise, we're not gonna move forward with it. It's just too much work.
Even that is a bit too low for like a device.
Oh yeah. For hardware, yeah, that's like the bare minimum. But anyway, we got
30K.
connection lost. 30K.
Yeah,
Yeah,
amazing.
there we go. Perfect. So we didn't get $1 million. I think we got like 270,000 or something, and then we just gave all the money back and cancel it.
Oh, you did?
But
why didn't
yeah.
you just like try to make it for like 12 years and then do
Yeah,
your own
exactly.
Kickstarter on your website?
Just keep flipping over. But about 2 years later, the Roadcaster came out, and the Roadcaster had almost every single feature that we put in ours. And
Mhm.
even the shape of the device was very similar to the design that we had on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's interesting, because that's about how long it would take to finish this thing if we started when the Kickstarter ended. I'm a Motu guy. I've always done Motu stuff.
Motu?
Yeah.
I never liked them, honestly.
Really?
I'm a RME guy, yeah. Can you even hop into the PU now, or do you need to restart your game because of the 30K?
In the PU or the PTU?
The PTU, the PU of the PTU.
Yeah.
All right.
I can. It's still giving me a full error. I may.
All right.
I may need to quit, but it's not even getting to the point where it's stuck. I don't know.
It's not telling you that you have a bad token.
It's not. Yeah.
A bad omen.
No, it just says it's full.
All right.
You sure you don't want to watch those videos?
Yeah. I mean, the people have voted.
Put 3 videos in there. I know, even if people have seen it, maybe not everyone's seen the way that real ship disassembly is supposed to work.
We didn't try out the soft depth and the penetration of the ballistics. That's why I want to try out the PT.
Yeah, I did not either. I'm curious about that. I did not install any of those guns on. I guess the ship that has the best ballistics by default without having to buy anything is the Redeemer, right? Because that comes with the A5Bs.
Yeah, Inferno too. The Arrow has 2.
Oh yeah. That
ballistic
one, yeah, that's got the big
Mantis,
giant one
yeah.
that's inaccurate as all hell. Yep.
I mean, from up close, it's gonna be okay for testing.
Yeah. Yeah, that
I
will
just
be
wanted to compare
interesting.
like that to the Ion. I have an Ion. I wanted to
Yeah.
like spawn a Hammerhead and then like try
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Ion and then try the
Totally.
Inferno.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. I actually started doing Hammerhead tests last week. About half done with those. I'll dump a video out on them eventually. Honestly, the videos I'm most interested in doing are just testing shit. It's not gameplay. It's just
Yeah.
like, here's 20 ships we did something with. Here's the results. And I
People are
guess there
saying
used
that
to
I
be a
play something in
What?
the background, but
Oh, yeah. Well, there used to be a group called Test, I think. That's mostly what they did, is just do testing in the game. Like, that was the name of their corp or whatever.
there's I mean, you have Cameron. He's doing that all the time. All his videos are just testing.
Yep.
It's all good to know. Altera World Sandbox. Okay, let's watch this video while we wait.
Okay. I'll keep
Oh,
hitting
it's-
okay as long as you got the game running.
Oh, it's 2 minutes long.
Yeah, it's very it's short.
Microprose presents
Oh, okay, I know what it says. Yeah.
Altera World Sandbox. Explore, walk, drive, sail, fly, or free camp to anywhere.
So this is basically like Earth 2, but it's a real thing. It's not an NFT scam.
It's not a game. It's a developer platform.
Oh, I
that's
know,
what
I
they're
know.
Actually showing us what
It's
developers can do.
it's pretty old though. Like it's from This is from a month ago, but I saw this like a couple of years ago.
It's 6 years ago is probably when you first saw it, but
Yeah.
they just released it as a dev kit. So it used to
Nice.
be they were showing off their tech. Now this is something that anybody that has Steam can just use for their own game development.
The graphics engine is not the best, but it is a copy.
But it can do this. Yeah, it can zoom out to planetary size, which is something that CIG keeps saying is unique to them.
I mean, it's not. You have space engineers. You have New Dangers.
Yeah. And it's certainly not up to the standard of like Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim.
Yeah, or
But-
DCS, honestly.
Or DCS. But as a dev kit available for small studios to use, this is awesome.
Yeah.
The world you create.
Let me find. Well, what else did you post? No, you sent me the.
Yeah, I put them in the wrong channel. I just put them all
Blue
into
Drake's
the
video.
other.
I'm trying to get it. Yeah, it's here.
Okay. Yep.
Microprose.
So, Blue Drake. I can't really say that he's a friend of mine, but we were playing together Project Reality back in the day for like almost 10 years. He was like a Project Reality YouTuber. He had his own server. I don't know if that community is even active anymore because of Squad, but like he had 15,000 subscribers or something like that, and now he has like 500,000, which is amazing.
Is an iconic game development studio and game publisher. One that I've had.
I can tell you a story
to work
behind
with for many years.
his channel and Project Reality and Squad, which is a really interesting story and has a lot to do with what we're doing with CAG and how they're treating us.
In the past. But
After
more
I play the
recently,
video.
some pretty incredible things have been announced over at Microprose. And today, I'm going to tell you what those things are, as well as talk about how they might potentially impact the future of gaming. As always, if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe. Now let's get into it. The current owner of Microprose
Not sure if
is
this
the original
music
founder
is
of
copyrighted.
Titan IM, which is an incredible piece of simulation software that allows you to simulate entire planets with everything from infantry, tanks, aircraft, and even spaceships, all in a
the
single
video you're
match.
playing right now, that's just a reaction to the video we just watched.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
but
okay.
like for
All
the
right.
people to understand.
Yeah.
Previously,
what it's
no one
about.
ever thought that they would be able to get their hands on this incredible technology. But Titan IM is based on the underlying engine Altera, and Microprose recently announced that they're going to be releasing the Altera sandbox engine on Steam with Steam Workshop support. So, you'll finally be able to play games of your own featuring entire planets, spaceships, aircraft, tanks, and everything in between. Combined with mod support and a thriving Steam Workshop, that is a recipe for something incredible, possibly even a competitor to Arma 4. If you think that's awesome, let me know in the comments below. But there's even cooler things coming down the pipeline for Microprose. Ground Branch is an incredible tactical shooter that is currently being published by Microprose. And ever since the announcement of the publishing of Ground Branch by Microprose, they have made incredible progress creating new animations and insanely accurate details when it comes to close quarter combat. Now, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the original creator of Ground Branch is also one of the developers behind the original Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon games, which means having an old-school tactical shooter developer combined with an old-school game publisher
my
that
finger's getting
understands
tired.
what made games
Keep
great
clicking.
back in the day, I think is an
full.
absolute
What did you say?
Said my finger was getting tired. I kept clicking. It was full. It's finally starting.
dream team. Ground Branch has already announced a whole number of incredibly immersive and detailed VFX updates, and personally, I think that Ground Branch currently has one of the most advanced weapon and gear customization systems that is only getting better. Now, I've already talked to you about Altera Sandbox, which is a Microprose product capable of creating entire planets for games.
So
But
basically,
what
for
if
the
I
people
told
in
you
chat, if
that
you
was
combine, if you do like combined arms combat on a planet, you're gonna have so much gameplay. And I know that these guys, whatever their name is, were working on something like that. But I guess it's better for them just to sell the tech to other companies. Or is it open source, or is it?
Yeah, they're doing both. They're both licensing the tech, and what he's showing is their own. Microprose is the company.
Mhm.
They've been around forever.
only
old
project that
school
Microprose
developers,
currently has going on, simulating large-scale tactical warfare. Introducing Sea Power, naval combat in the missile
But
age.
in the video, he
If you
says
have-
that there's a couple of 30K.
Amazing.
So we just got it in 30K.
So I'm probably going to post this on YouTube. We're currently trying to hop into Star Citizen game, but yeah, it's not working. I guess we got to wait for the new patch. But yeah, so
I have not heard of this.
I'm very excited for this tech and for
this is getting to a point where this is
seeing
barely
all this
a game.
happen.
Because this is more of a
even though the graphics are not the best, honestly.
full-blown military simulation.
But if somebody does
of
like a revamp
naval
on
carrier
the graphic
and
engine,
in this
it's going to be
project,
fucking amazing.
we'll be able to command that carrier group on an
I'm happy
absolutely
about competition no matter where it comes from.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
massive
That's the
battlefield
biggest thing,
that
because
doesn't
that's
just
what
simulate
drives innovation.
large-scale
That's what
warfare,
makes companies,
but even
instead
small
of taking profits, reinvest in competitive development. It's what makes everybody want to get better than the next company. When there's just a company that has a game that they can say is a category of its own, there's nothing else that competes with it, nothing else like it.
Yeah,
they're gonna get lazy.
Let me just play the video.
like weapon malfunctions and
end.
advanced sensor systems. If you know anything about Microprose, hopefully you remember some of the more iconic air combat series that they originally released, including Falcon 4.0, Nighthawk Stealth Fighter, and, of course, B-17 Flying Fortress, the Mighty Eighth. What if I told you that Microprose is currently working on a new project utilizing the Altera engine for B-17 Flying Fortress? This means that the Altera engine that I told you about before is now being utilized to power a whole new series of games, such as this new B-17 project that utilize the Altera engine. Now, currently, the only project that's been announced utilizing Altera is B-17 The Bloody 100th, but you could imagine that Microprose could potentially create anything else utilizing the Altera engine and the amazing things that it can do. Maybe Falcon 5.0 or something else entirely. One of the most incredible projects that I personally am very excited about from Microprose is the Carrier Command series. And the reason I'm excited about this is because I feel like it shows off exactly the kinds of games that Microprose likes to create and could potentially show us what types of games might come in the future. Carrier Command 2 is a project that Microprose developed in partnership with the original developers of Stormworks, and it features entire battleships that you can move inside and command at a level of detail that is unprecedented for naval combat games. And previously I had talked to you about the Sea Power Microprose project. Well, you could imagine, especially utilizing Altera, how Microprose might be able to create something like Carrier Command 2 in the future, but in a fully realistic setting, like some of their games such as Sea Power. Imagine how amazing that would be. If you want to check out more Microprose projects, make sure you check out their Steam page down below. There's all sorts of incredible games coming out beyond what I've even talked about in this video that a lot of you all might enjoy. Everything from tactical turn-based strategy games to hardcore first-person shooters. Microprose seems to be making a real comeback this year, and I can't wait to see the things that they create. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
So first of all, this seems completely fucking amazing, and I can't wait to like see this in like on my PC running and like having a game with it. But secondly, what I wanted to tell you, Blue Drake 42. So here's the backstory. So back in what was it? I don't know, a couple of years ago, a bunch of years ago. He had like a channel. He had like 15,000 subscribers, and he was doing YouTube videos on Project Reality, which is a game that had a really like big following. It's a mod for Battlefield 2, and it looks like shit, but it was like something like Arma, but a bit faster. Like you had 200 kilometers squared maps, which is just amazing for that engine. And then you had like a combined warfare with like planes, helicopters, and all of that. And it was like, if you ever played Squad is based on that game because the developers from Squad, or the developers, or the original modders that made Project Reality, they made Squad. They did a Kickstarter. So he promoted the shit out of the Squad Kickstarter, and once they started building the game, like his channel grew a bit, and he was still promoting it. Although there were some issues with like some things that they said in the Kickstarter that like they never delivered, like not even now. Even though let me find the Kickstarter Squad. So the Kickstarter happened. Let me see what the year is. 2015. So 7 years ago. And then they were saying that we're going to have the same features like in Project Reality. So in Project Reality, we had the breacher role, a guy that would carry a shotgun, and he would carry a rope, and you can rope over walls, you can rope over things. And then they decided that rope is too, like, I don't know, hard for them to do, and they opted for like a guy that's going to carry ladders. They can just, like, I don't know, reach like one story and that's it. So that just didn't work. It's not the same as we had in Project Reality. And then they were talking about releasing tanks, APCs, etc. in like a year. And then Blue Drake made a video where like he said that he's not sure that they're gonna make it in a year. And then like 2 years later, we still didn't have tanks or APCs, etc., etc., etc. So he was trying to be optimistic, but also he was basically doing what I'm doing, like just being true to himself and to his community that's following him, and saying like factual things, like things that are basically. And the developers, Squad developers, changed all the modders. Like most of them left, some of them stayed, but like the marketing team changed. A bunch of new guys got hired, etc. And then they started attacking Blue Drake. He got banned off the forums, and he got like hate mail and all of that shit. And then they just like stopped talking to him. And when he did, at that point, like he had, I don't know, 50 or 80,000 subscribers. He got his community where they had like a bunch of modders and a bunch of ex-devs or uprising devs, like new guys. And he made a smallish company to make a game that's gonna basically be what Squad was supposed to be. And he's really close to release. Let me find it. It's called Operation Harsh Doorstop. At least that was the project name. But it's fucking amazing. The animations, I think they're like working on the animations currently. But let me find Operation. Okay, yeah, so here.
Welcome to the next update for Operation Harsh Doorstop. This is the final multiplayer playtest update prior to our full free Steam release.
So watch this on my stream, Atlas, so you can see or you can hear what he's saying.
Operation Harsh Doorstop. This is the final multiplayer playtest update prior to our full free Steam release on February 15th, and you can get a Steam key on Discord or Patreon. Improvements in this update include a complete overhaul of all of our in-game animations. This includes massive improvements to our prone position animations, as well as fire in position and movement animations. In addition to the animation overhaul, one of the most major features that was finished this month is full integration with Steam Workshop, allowing you to download and synchronize completely new maps, factions, weapons, game modes, or anything else created by the community. Something else that we are incredibly excited to announce is the ability to directly support Operation Harsh Doorstop through our Discord community. You can now instantly get a Steam key for the multiplayer playtest to Operation Harsh Doorstop on our Discord server for a limited time for only $3. So, if you want to support our project, head over to Discord, support us there, and join us on the battlefield.
So
for the next 2 months
them
prior to our launch, we will be focusing exclusively on quality of life improvements, bug fixes, and overall polish of the first release of our game, Operation Harsh Doorstop. And today, I want to quickly go over all of the features and all of the content that you can expect to see in the first free release of Operation Harsh Doorstop on Steam. We have delivered on our promise to represent all theaters of war in a single game. This means that on launch, you will be able to enjoy scenarios ranging from World War I, World War II, the Vietnam War, the Cold War, or modern combat scenarios, all in a single title. Supporters who have donated on Patreon or have donated on Steam will get early access to future updates as we develop them. This includes updates that we are currently creating for all theaters of war, as well as new theaters of war that will be included for free in the base game as soon as they are completed. We have spent years creating a free alternative to full-priced first-person shooter games.
The game is fucking free.
Operation Harsh Doorstop is a free alternative to Battlefield.
And if you want to donate, you can donate, and that's it.
A free alternative to Arma. And with your continued support, we will continue making it better and better.
The monetization is just support us if you want to. If not, you can just play the game.
Thank you so much for supporting. And
that's how it works. That's what they did. And it's an amazing step, honestly. They're not really going to lose money because they just invested time more than money. But, like, somebody said in the chat that Squad is a fun game now. It's Minnesota. So it is a fun game, but in the original Kickstarter, they said that we're going to have planes because we had those in the Battlefield 2 mod or Project Reality. And we do not have planes in Squad. We don't even have attack helicopters like CAS choppers. Actually, I'm lying because they released a patch with Huey that's like a CAS Huey, but it wasn't it wasn't supposed to be released, and they did it by accident, and now they're just like rolling with it, and it's like, yeah, we wanted that, whatever, you can just play with it. It's super bugged, but yeah, it's fucking. What did I say? 2015 was the Kickstarter. It's 7 years afterwards they released the fucking choppers. Like, why? We had mods for Squad with choppers, with attack helis, with the HUDs and like the flare and all the like co-pilot stuff. We had it like, I don't know, 4 years ago in Squad as mods. So yeah, and then you have Blue Drake that made a fucking video game with his own community, which is basically
cool.
Which is basically like a Squad game, what Squad was supposed to be. And then you're gonna have mods, and you're gonna have vehicles and all that shit. So fucking amazing.
What's great is that capability, the game engines are becoming more and more accessible to small studios or just individuals to get in there and start playing around with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because 10 years ago that wasn't an option. You needed to raise a lot of money.
Yeah. Also, I can tell you one more interesting story. Oh, you left? You left Star Citizen?
Oh shit! I must have timed
quit?
out.
Yeah. So I can tell you one
timed
more
out.
interesting story, and we can stop talking about Blue Drake. So at one point, when his channel was growing because of Squad and all of that, his channel got hijacked by ISIS.
Welcome.
And they started posting like some videos with like the ISIS music in the background, and them like yelling something in whatever language. And
Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, so it was so like ridiculous when we saw it. Like there were like 15 fucking clips in one day posted by ISIS, and then the bro did a fucking remix of their song, which is amazing. And I'm gonna get demonetized for this, but fuck it, I gotta play it. So he took their original song.
Stunt,
and he remixed it. But
So
by the way, he's a really good singer, and he's like a music producer. So this is the original song. Let me see. Yeah. So he's gonna play it here.
So the rest of this, I might even finish this.
And then one of his community guys was a rapper, and he fucking rapped on the song. It's fucking
if
amazing.
I finish this and then I sell it on iTunes.
Nice.
In comments, actually finish this whole song. So here we go. Check out what I did with this stupid track.
It's a fucking banger. Then he had like a guy that rapped on it, and then that guy got famous afterwards. And he's like a full-blown rapper now. Like, he's earning like $500,000 a year, but just like rapping, which is amazing. So, what's happening? Okay, I'm gonna invite you to the party.
Yeah, I'm back in the game.
All right.
Did you
I've
quit?
sent you an invite.
If you haven't
No?
quit, you
I'm
may
here.
want to quit and restart just in case.
All right.
And I'm trying to get in. If I get in before you, then you could just join me.
All right. Jackson, they are not gonna add planes because they said that the maps are too small for planes. So the question was, why the fuck did you make the maps too small? Because you had experience with Project Reality, and those maps were too small, but they extended them just for the planes, so the planes can have like their own battles at like full speeds. So if you know how to do that in fucking Battlefield 2, why didn't you do it with like Unreal 4 with the engine that you bought? But no, it's just like they don't know how to do it. They don't care. They made enough money. The game is like super profitable. Like it was super profitable. So why would they bother? I've sent you an invite, Atlas.
Oh yeah.
All right, let me try it. Lobby error code 60K. All right, nice.
That's what I've been
EU,
getting for the
60K.
last 15 months.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
You want to play the video for Shipbreaker then while we're waiting?
Yeah, I want to play the game, dude.
I know, but give people something to watch.
Let me
besides you
let me
smoking.
just yeah, they can watch me clicking on fucking enter Star Citizen universe. It's immersive. It's emergent gameplay. Come on. What is this shit? And then you have YouTubers that are saying that this is the best Wave 1 ever.
Uh-huh.
Plans for the
Well,
holiday period, Grumpy? I'm gonna chill at home. I'm probably gonna stream on Christmas. Why not? Because it's not Christmas where I am.
Yeah.
We are like the country's Orthodox, so it's gonna be in January.
Yep.
But I'm also godless. I'm a
you
antichrist.
heathen.
I'm a heathen.
Yeah. Me too.
I'm all of those things. So yeah, I'm
I
just.
used to do a old New Year party every year.
Mm.
And it was probably about 75% Americans, 25% Russians. And it was always very confusing for the Americans. What do you mean old New Year?
Yeah, I got confused with that too.
Oh, well, it's the old calendar. It's January 13th.
Oh. Oh wait, you what? Huh?
Yeah, the old New Year party.
So you celebrated then? Because we have
yeah. Mm-hmm.
We call it Srpska Nova Godina or Serbian New Year. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know that like anyone else in the world had it on January 13th.
Yeah, pretty much every Slavic country. Oh, we're getting in.
We're not. I'm not.
Oh, I am.
Oh, good for you. Yeah, I can
Maybe
see
you
that you're
can
into
join
PU.
on me then. Okay.
Fucking amazing.
But what I like about it is because nobody celebrates it in the U.S., like you could get a restaurant very easily. You usually have get a private room, and then usually you have about 25, 30 people show up. But it was a good opportunity to kind of show Russian food to Americans.
People are telling me not to move my mouse, but it's not working. I gotta join on him. I don't want to join on another guy on like another server. Also, I can clearly see that there's space on your server, but they're not letting me in. I think I'm like low on priority list because of my post from yesterday.
30K.
30K.
Yeah, I don't know if the servers are up, dude. This is the third 30K we've had now in a row after going into a server. So they may simply be people coming in and instantly being kicked back out.
All right. All right. Let me play some music then.
All right.
I have an idea.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have our own Salvage gameplay in a second.
Okay.
Give me a second. There's no way they open up the PTU before they go and break. Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
No.
All right, check my stream.
Okay. Nothing yet.
All right. Salvage gameplay be like.
I still see nothing. It's a long delay. Okay, now it just went to a thing. What are you in Photoshop?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
That's my Salvage experience from this PTU.
Oh.
All right.
Play the video, man. Play Shipbreaker.
Play the video? Okay, I'm gonna play the video.
Show people
Which
what
one?
it's supposed
Which one,
to look
though?
like. The Shipbreaker. Isn't there?
Shipbreaker,
I
okay.
put them in your video ideas. I put them in the wrong thing.
Of course you did.
Uh-huh.
God damn it. I don't see it.
If you go to click in Discord on your video ideas, it's right in there.
Oh, okay. I'm in the wrong one. Of course. All right. I guess we're gonna react.
I want to take a few minutes to tell you about my latest obsession, Hardspace Shipbreaker, a sci-fi
Tell me when you
salvaging
click
game
on
from
play.
Blackbird Interactive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did already.
No.
All right, I'm just gonna react to this so I can have a clip.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go
mute
for it.
myself.
Okay.
So we're watching Hardspace Shipbreaker has no business being this good. So this is what Salvage was supposed to be like in Star Citizen, basically.
I want to take a few minutes to tell you about my latest obsession, Hardspace Shipbreaker, a sci-fi salvaging game from Blackbird Interactive. In Shipbreaker, you play as an unnamed character who leaves their life on the surface behind and sells their soul to the dreaded Lynx Corporation, amassing a metric ton of debt, but in exchange, a paying job that maybe, just maybe, could one day be your ticket to a free life of chasing your dreams with pockets full of cash. So what is the Lynx Corporation? Why are they bad? What's with all this debt? Well, Lynx is a company that has cornered the market on shipbreaking and salvage. Apparently, there's just no shortage of derelict ships in the universe that desperately need scrapping, and there's money to be made by meticulously tearing a ship apart and reselling or repurposing the parts that are still usable. Why Lynx is
Now
bad
this-
and what all the debt is about,
This
those are
seems all amazing, but it's just that. It's just Salvage.
Kind
That's
of
the,
a
that's the
combined
problem
issue.
problem with
Salvaging
this
these
game.
ships
That's
or
why Star Citizen will break every game. That's why you will not ever be satisfied playing any other game that is not like anything close to Star Citizen, because Star Citizen gives you a fucking universe, and then I can see that you're talking about the BMM, so I'm going to talk about that a bit later. But and then you have like Salvage, you have mining, you have all that. And well, you're supposed to have it, but yeah.
Shipbreaking, as the game calls it,
and then we get Salvage in Star Citizen.
You're out
and
there
it's
in
shit.
cold space,
it was supposed to be like
all
this,
sorts
something
of
like this.
electrical and even nuclear hazards. You can explode, you can run out of breathable air, you can be crushed to death. Dying on the job isn't just a possibility. Lynx sees it as inevitable. So when you sign on with them,
It's a
they essentially
requirement.
store your DNA and print new copies of you when the need arises. And after this cloning procedure and all the equipment rentals you'll need to perform your job, room and board, a few upcharges and service fees, you find yourself in a crushing amount of debt, and that basically justifies the entire loop of the game. You break down a ship, sell its parts, and day after day pay off just a little bit of that debt. Your tools consist of a grapple gun, which lets you pull or push things around the arena, inclling yourself. Think of
It's
it
not
as
a white
sci-fi
knight
fishing rod.
moments, Atlas. Like that's why we're all playing Star Citizen, because the game, the non-existent game of Star Citizen, is just gonna like whatever you play after that is just like, yeah, whatever. You have a game loop, but Star Citizen could offer you all of those game loops, and like an immersive environment, and like a huge universe and interactions with players and all of that.
Fishing rod that can both reel things in and force push things away from you. It's important to note that the concept
It
of
works
mass
like
is a
like it
very
doesn't
real
play like it looks like. Are you new to this channel, Randy? What are you talking about? Of course, it looks great. It plays like shit. You know he's not wrong for once. Fuck off, Felice.
real thing in Shipbreaker, and when you hover over a particular object with your reticle, it'll show you the mass of that object. If something is more massive than you, you'll find that when you reel it in, you actually pull yourself
when was I
into it
wrong?
instead. Likewise, if you try to push
Tell
the
me
more massive
once.
object away from you, you'll find that you send yourself careening out
Like
into
one
space
video points at one fucking video that I posted ever and tell me I was wrong.
instead of moving the object at all. With upgrades, you'll be able to push things harder and pull more massive things around, but in the early game, don't be surprised if you end up killing yourself a few times while you're getting the hang of this grapple gun.
Critical helmet damage.
Oops.
Another of your tools is the laser cutter, which has two modes. The first is
Oh,
a point
the
laser.
cutter.
Pretty simple. Point and click, and that's all there is to it. The
We
second
have that
mode
in
is
Star
the
Citizen,
cutter
does
mode,
not
which
work
turns
with
your
Salvage.
laser into a dead space kind of line cutter with a rotating axis.
Or at
This
least we
mode is
had
for
it.
making
I didn't
quick,
use it in a
clumsy
while. I don't
cuts
know
in
if
low-stress
it fucking works
scenarios when you
anymore.
need to cut a wall
Or not.
open or slice a big part into smaller parts. For the high-stress scenarios where precision matters, when you're cutting out a nuclear reactor or trying to shoot a connector that's tucked right next to an explosive fuel tank, you'll want to use the point laser. But for most everything else, the cutter mode is just more reliable and definitely more time efficient to use. It's worth noting that the laser cutter tool can overheat if you use it too aggressively, so look out for that. Your next tool is your thrusters. These control how you move around in zero-G environments. You can use these to move forwards, backwards, up, down, left, right, and there's even a brake you can use to slow yourself down. You'll also be able to control your roll, so range of motion is pretty high here. With upgrades, your thrusters can both move you faster and stop you quicker, which can save your life if you find yourself spinning out of control and rocketing towards a wall to your death. You also have a scanner tool, which lets you see crucial information at a glance. When fully upgraded, the scanner will have 3 modes. The basic one, which helps highlight connectors for you so you can see where to make the cuts to take the ship apart. The systems mode, which highlights things like fuel lines, reactor cores, and other various systems. And the last mode is for highlighting objects. Things like usable oxygen and fuel tanks, repair kits, and other various resources you'll need.
Yeah, you can
You'll also
break
get-
into ships with a cutting tool, but it doesn't look like this. You just like cut through the. You can't cut through the hull. You can cut through the like doors and all that, like the exterior doors, ramps and all that. So at least you could back in 3.13 the last time I tried it, but it's like, why would you do it now? There is like a reason to do it with like soft data and all that, and now. But also, the doors are going to open themselves, so there's no fucking point in having that tool. So, yeah.
gain access to breach charges in the mid to late game. And all these tools I mentioned, including your helmet and your suit, have upgrade paths that make you better at your job, and each of them also has a daily renter's fee attached. And on top of that, each of those tools has a durability stat, which will deplete the more you use them. You'll have to purchase or find repair kits to fix up your gear from time to time, but it's worth noting that I never really had a problem with anything dropping below 70% durability, and I never had a shortage of repair kits, so it was basically a non-issue. The only other thing you really need to manage while you're out on the job is your oxygen and fuel supplies. But similar to repair kits, you'll often find stores of these hidden around ships, and failing that, you can always just buy them at the kiosk whenever you want to. So those are your tools and basic mechanics. So what's the gameplay loop actually look like?
I'm gonna get demonetized because of this music, so fuck it.
The whole goal of this game is
I never played it. I saw a bunch of streamers do it. Well, streamers, YouTubers, and then I saw Space Tomato play this, and it looks nice, but also I want this in fucking Star Citizen because we paid for it.
To the Lynx Corporation and then make some money to go and chase your dreams freely. When you're literally billions of dollars in debt, this can seem like a daunting task, but I really need to stress how little the money actually matters in this game. If you need O2, if you need fuel, tethers, supplies, repair kits, whatever, just buy them. Don't even think about it. The numbers are all very big numbers, so it could scare you away from doing this, but you really shouldn't stress too much over it. As long as you're making more than like 550k per shift, which is really easy to do, your debt should never be growing, even with liberal spending on supplies. So your day starts, and your first job is to pick a ship to salvage. Early on, you'll get easier ships with less hazards, but eventually the game will throw a wide range of ship types at you, and you have to choose which ones you want to work on. When making your selection, the game tells you a lot of crucial information about each job, like how much that ship is worth, what kinds of hazards you can expect to find on it, how rewarding will it be to work on that ship. So you pick a ship, and your shift starts. A shift is only 15 minutes long, so you will be working against the clock, but again, this is all fake tension really. Don't stress it, feel free to explore the ship and get your bearings, learn where things are, all of that. The clock ticking down doesn't matter. If you don't net that 550k this shift, you can always make it up tomorrow. Well, let's talk a little bit about the shipyard, because this is where you'll be making all your money. On either side, you'll see a blue port and an orange port. The blue port is the processor. When you hover over just about anything in this game, it should tell you where you need to send that object. Items labeled with the blue processor tag always go
Look at this cutting
the
tool.
processor. The orange port is the furnace. This is for the salvage
This
that
is
can't
called
be saved and has to be melted
Robbie.
down.
This is called Hardspace Shipbreaker. This is what Salvage was supposed to be like in Star Citizen.
Still make some money by sending things to the furnace as long as they have the furnace label. It won't be much, but it's something. Just be sure to keep processor items out of the furnace, because that's how you lose big profits. And then there's the third receptacle, the giant green net below the ship in the center of the
Yeah, you
ship.
drop like huge parts there, like the generators and fuel tanks and all that.
This is the barge, and
This
this
is
is where the
not
most
Starfield.
valuable items will go. It's mostly fully intact items like computer systems or various fixtures like seats and whatnot. These items will have a big green barge label on them, and they'll be a big source of income for you. So that's the game really. You need to tear the ship apart into its smaller pieces and make sure that you send each piece to the proper receptacle. Use your tools to maneuver around safely, manage your O2 and fuel, and strategically tear the thing down and make that money. You'll notice the big bar at the top of your screen. This indicates how much money you've made and how much money there's left to make on this ship. You'll also notice that the ship parts that get destroyed or put into the wrong receptacle count as loss, which is indicated by red on the right side of the bar. But probably the most important thing about this bar are the little segments or tiers you see. When you sell enough, you'll hit one of the tiers, and each tier will reward you with XP and Lynx tokens, which you can spend on all those gear upgrades. So hitting as many of these reward tiers is crucial to improving your kit, and you can take as many 15-minute shifts as you like to break down a ship. But it is possible that you can reach a point where it's better to start on a new ship rather than 100% the first one. It's possible that all the fees and loss on that ship will be more money than what you can actually make on it, even if you sold everything that's left. So always try to pay attention to how much money is left to make on a ship before choosing to spend another shift on it. Okay, so the game's about breaking the ship apart and putting the pieces into one of 3 bins. Well, yes and no. Strategy is a huge part of the shipbreaking process, and the game does a really great job at easing you into more complex mechanics. But no, it's not as simple as just tearing it all down. When the game really gets going...
Was it really supposed to be this complex though? Way more than it is now, sure, but these ships are built purely to be salvage, and this kind of complexity isn't realistic for a Star Citizen, in my opinion. So nothing is realistic for Star Citizen when you look at it from that standpoint. But we just watched at the start of the stream, we just watched the video on Salvage and like how they promised Salvage in 2013 and how they started making it, making this tier 0 that we got now back in 2014 and then 16 and then 18 and then 2020, etc., etc., and they were just pushing it back for forever. But the thing that they were always saying was that you're going to have like 4 to 5 things in Salvage. So you're going to have hull scraping, which we got now, which is boring and stupid and borderline dog shit. Then you're going to have hull munching, where you would like... although, I gotta say, with hull scraping, the Vulture was not supposed to hull scrape like this. It was supposed to cut the panels off, like in whatever sizes, and then like you have like a vacuum, basically, that's gonna suck it all up and just like compact it in the back. That's not what's happening right now. That's like they just gave up on it, I guess. Thank you, Faithless, for the $1.49. I love the numbers that you're sending. So also, I see you in the live chat. I'll be there in a second. But then you're gonna have hull munching. So the Reclaimer has the what's it called? The pit, the grinder pit inside of it. So it also has a huge arm. So it's gonna be able to cut ships into smaller pieces, so you can drop it into the whatever thing, the salvage grinder pit, and then you're going to grind all that, and you're going to munch the hull, and you're going to get even more AOC from that. And then there is the component salvage. So you would go into a ship first, and your Reclaimer and your Vulture should like see the components that are stored in the wreck that you're gonna salvage. So you can scan them, you can see what is inside. We don't have that. Also, we can't salvage the components because most of the ships do not have physicalized components, and that's gonna take him like, I don't know, 10 years to fucking make it. Just to like make physicalized components in the game. Or in each ship. And then you have like a gas or like fuel siphoning and stuff like that. That's also salvage. But you have, if you're like salvaging a data runner, like an MSR, you're supposed to be able to like get that, like retrieve the data or hack it so you can retrieve the data from, let's say, an MSR, etc., etc., etc. So the idea behind salvage was to have like 5 to 10 different things that you can do, and that's basically what you're looking at right now. So one of the idea was not trying a new PTU patch. Yeah, well, I'm gonna download it in a second. So one of the idea was how to make it harder for you is to like try not to hit the I don't know, the power plants, because the power plants would blow up. So that will mean that you will need to go into the ship that you're gonna salvage first, find the power plants, try to get them out so you can either like throw them away or throw them in the back of the Vulture or the Reclaimer. So like those were the original ideas, and we got tier 0 salvage.
It becomes just as much about how to safely access parts of the ship in the first place, how to avoid the various hazards that prevent you from just blindly cutting everything into tiny pieces. There are fuel lines and electrical wiring you need to be aware of. How do I flush the fuel lines so I can cut them safely? Some of these ships are still pressurized. One wrong cut can cause massive damage, sucking everything into the vacuum of space, and can even cause impact explosions, which can cascade into a ton of different problems.
But look how good the tractor beam, the tractor beam is. You can push things and you can pull things
that can cause nuclear explosions.
It's
removing
not
some pieces is way trickier than removing
It's not the
some
same
others.
as like
to me,
in
this
Star
is where the game
Citizen,
really
where you
shines
have like
and comes
a
together.
scroll.
I love sizing up a new ship and figuring out how to depressurize it safely, using all my tools to find all the systems I need to disengage in order to start salvaging things. It takes just one wrong move, one split second, for something to go wrong and for you to die. Luckily, they can just print a new you if that happens, but be warned, dying.
And basically, this was the original promise for salvage. Back in 2014.
Own surcharges.
It will all happen soon. Yeah, sure.
There's a lot to talk about with this game.
Like see this? Why don't we have something like this? If you go too fast, you
own surcharges.
You get a crack in your helmet.
There's a
and,
lot to
yeah,
talk about with this game.
You got to repair yourself.
Like, I haven't even touched on the story.
I don't
or
think
some
that
of the
it's
other
too
tools
hard
like
to
tethers
fucking
and
make
breach
it,
charges.
honestly.
It's a game with a huge learning curve. It's a game where you start by being bad at it, but in a very satisfying way, watch yourself get better and better at it until you're a salvage god. As for the
And,
story,
like,
I won't say
these,
much, but it doesn't really
EVA mechanics are amazing.
take center stage here for me. I don't think it's a great or super compelling story, but it's not bad either. It's just okay. Most of the performances are fine, except for this guy. He's an awful character and performed pretty poorly, sad to say, but everyone else did a great job. The story in a nutshell is a pretty hokey take on union busting and corporate evil. It's very much on the nose and not at all as nuanced or mature as the very real subject matter is in real life, which would be fine if that was the tone the game was going for with its story. But they weren't satirizing unions and corporate evil here. They were really trying to take it seriously, and on that front, I would say that the story sort of fails to make its impact. The world built up around the story is executed way better. I loved the concept of shipbreakers and this bleak, awful sci-fi future, but honestly the story is just sort of shoehorned in between shifts or blasted over radio comms as voiceover dialogue. It's not the focus, and it doesn't need to be, but you can really tell that somebody on the narrative team at Blackbird Interactive really wants to make this game all about
the story is told, from what I've seen, the story is told like the same way that like the Passport Please, I think that's what the game was called. That story was basically told in between shifts.
Because it goes out of its way
I think
to
it's
make
called
you sit
Passports,
through it.
Please.
There's no skip or fast forward options for cutscenes or dialogues. There's no options to read the dialogue boxes and move on to the next one. If you're not feeling the story here, you have no choice but to sit and wait it out.
There's
And
no
this is
immersion
absolutely designed
to the
with
story.
purpose, but
That's the
not a
issue.
purpose that propels the experience forward in any meaningful way. Its only purpose is to force this story on you whether you like it or not. And it honestly feels weird to complain about this as a dude who believes in unions and unionizing and workers' rights. There is a world where telling a story about this is compelling and interesting and impactful and important, but unfortunately, to me, it's not this world. I might be in the minority about the story here anyway, but to me, none of that is really what this game is about. Hardspace Shipbreaker is just damn fun to play as a space game about tearing ships apart. The narrative is just extra set dressing here, and thankfully there are modes you can play without the story if you just want to break some ships apart, albeit without the progression of the campaign, or you can continue in career mode even after the story's completed if you like. Bottom line, the meat of this game is its gameplay. It's addicting, it's tense, it's rewarding, and it's incredibly executed. The soundscapes are awesome, the soundtrack is straight fire, it looks and feels great to play.
Yeah, the
I just had
soundtrack
so
like
much fun
reminds
with
me of
this one, and
Firefly.
I highly recommend it to any space lovers out there looking for something cool to play. And $35 US is a fair price,
like
but in my opinion,
space
that could be dropped down closer to 25, I think.
country
but even
music.
at 35, I think it's worth picking up and totally worth playing. And that's it. Thanks for being here, and thanks for watching.
Yeah, it's worth playing. I might buy it just to play it on stream. But yeah, that's the Hardspace Shipbreaker, and thank you to Atlas for sharing the link with me. There you go. It's in the comments. Also, somebody just posted on my community channel Galgat 100 videos. One of the videos from Galgat 100. I don't know what I'm saying at this point, but go make sure you subscribe to this guy because he is fucking amazing and he's always gonna do some retrospective videos on what CAG said. Although some videos, I didn't watch this one. Some videos could be weird. I hope that this is not. I hope that this is not copyrighted. But I think I already. What the fuck is this shit? What is this shit? Who made this song? What is this? What? What the fuck was this? If I get demonetized because of this, I swear to God. But yeah, okay. Apparently, the new PTU patch is up, so let's switch. Hello, guys. How are you?
Good.
Good.
It's
Fateless?
multiple 30Ks trying the game again.
Amazing. Amazing.
Although after watching that video on Shipbreaker, I might just do that.
Yeah. Probably should. I cannot install it. I don't see the like it didn't update on my side. So there's no patch on my side.
Oh, yeah, I downloaded a patch, but I still get the same results.
Oh my god, there's a new roadmap roundup. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
let me
it's,
mute myself
all
for
of-
a second. No, I want you here for this one. I want to hear your thoughts. Fuck it. Right,
I mean,
new
it's all of-
roadmap roundup. Happy Wednesday, everyone. Every 2 weeks, we accompany the roadmap update with a brief explanatory note to give you insight into blah, 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 whatever. Notable changes for December 21st of 2022. As mentioned earlier this week, in This Week in Star Citizen, Alpha 318 is now targeting early 2023 for release to live servers. This is now reflected on 318's release view column. No other significant changes to report on this week. Our first roadmap update of the year will be on February 8th.
Wait, February 8th?
February 8th. The first
that's
roadmap
almost
update
exactly what I predicted.
next year. The update will include the extension of both upstream and downstream teams scheduled further into 2023, as well as the addition of features to the 313 column. Any thoughts on this, guys?
Honestly, they're doing exactly what I was telling people they were going to do 2 months ago. So, not surprised.
Fateless?
It's I mean, there's nothing. Like there's nothing there. So there's really nothing to comment on. I mean, they're gonna put stuff on the 319 column, which is fine, but I mean, it's a. I mean, why even bother? I don't know. Nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
It's par for the course. It's exactly what I assume was going to happen, which is 318 isn't going to be out until late February at this point.
Oh, you know what else happened?
What?
They stopped working on the Merchantman.
Oh yeah. I was talking to somebody about that. Well, they clearly made enough money selling the Merchantman to no longer require any work on it.
Yeah. I'd see you back in 2 years when they release the interior.
Well, like I had on my little spreadsheet, 11 new ships sold in 2022, 1 patch release.
Chat, you know that 313 is not going to be out at least it's going to take them at least half a year to push it out. We're going to get 313 maybe the PTU is going to happen maybe in July.
19, you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean?
What did I say? 13? Oh, 319.
Oh,
Sorry.
you keep saying 13, yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
19? That's next year, dude.
Yeah, I know, but it's going to be it's not going to be March. It's going to be July.
No. It's sorry. It's the year after that. Next year is the year of 318. 2024 is the year of 319.
Yeah, I'm gonna be with Atlas on this one. I think they're gonna take a whole year to mess around with 318.
Yeah.
All the crap they said they were putting in 318, which they're going to roll back out before it's released to the general public, and then stretched out into either 318 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a template for this already. 2022 is a good template.
Yeah, they were.
I can't install the new patch, by the way, on the PTU. I'm just not getting the notification. Let me try to launch.
Did you go into settings and hit verify?
No, I'm gonna do it. if launching doesn't work.
Okay.
Johan, I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get it in like the PTU we're gonna get in July, and then they're gonna release like 3.19 in fucking September, and then they're gonna like say 4.0 at the start of 2025, and then it's gonna be like September 2025. Meanwhile, we're stuck with this shit.
Yeah, it's gonna
Look at all the major features you got. You got refueling in 2022. You're gonna have salvage in 2023. What are you complaining about?
Amazing. Harrison Cordes.
No other
he
game
said,
has this.
I'm dead inside.
That's.
I will tell you
Alright.
this: they're definitely making the work of YouTubers like Board Gamer more difficult with less shit coming out.
Why? They can
'Cause
just
he
like
has to
talk about the
repeat the
shit that they
same-
said a couple of years ago, and that's.
But he
like,
does daily videos. I mean, you imagine a daily video based on one patch a year?
Well, he's gonna
Yeah.
do the roadmap update here, and he'll
Yes,
spin
he's
that for like
definitely
30
going to do
minutes.
that. Yeah. He'll have another video of all the ships that are coming out next year, which will not happen, but
Oh God, we should
He
have
already did that video. I reacted to it.
yeah.
we should have like we should have our own
he'll
like
do the-
predictions for ships that come out next year. Out of the backlog, not the new ones we can't possibly know about, but the backlog.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I will tell you this. Based on the analysis that I've done, I'm pretty sure that next year there will be a minimum of 10 brand new ships that come up.
Next year, 10.
Yep. Because I've analyzed their past 5 years, and based on that trend line, there's going to be 10 new ships next year or more.
Does that include like the two straight to flyables per event in a possible concept?
Yeah, that's a total new ship. So,
Yeah.
including like this year we had 5 direct to flyable.
Right.
Lord of Flies, yeah, 4.0 is server meshing. But in the latest article, they said, that was an interview for Asia 1, they said that they're hoping to get server meshing by the end of 2023. So, you know what that means.
Yeah,
I'm in the
2024.
PTU, by the way.
But you know, the 2 guys that I can actually do development in their company,
I'm trying to get
they're
into.
busy working on Squadron 42 right now.
Yeah, they're busy working on modularity, which
Well,
can't
have
come
those there.
before server meshing, which can't come before resource management, which
Right,
can't come before physicalized components, which like
Right.
it needs a prerequisite of fucking PES 2.0.
Yeah, like let's see. By the time this game even hits, maybe 4.0 might get like 10 new racetracks. Maybe one more gameplay loop, which would be the taxiing thing. About
By the
20
time
other
this
ships.
By the time this game is out, Unreal 6 will be out.
Yeah.
Right.
Digital Zero, like there's nothing to be seen here. That's why I'm keeping the other scene. Bob Roberts asked me if I can try and store a ship. Dude, I'm trying to get into the game for the past fucking hour.
I'm in hub authentication. I don't know about you guys.
Bob, the best way to store a ship is just to sit over somebody else's landing zone until it gets sucked in.
No, but it's gonna get in, like it's gonna be storing forever, and you're gonna lose the ship. That's what happened to my reclaimer.
I thought you were sticking out of the landing zone. Your ship wasn't
No, I was
filling
in my hangar, and then the hangar fucking closed on me, and
I
it
thought it
just
was just
impounded me.
tip.
This game is the devil, I tell you. It's possessed.
Squadron 42 has already been released on 1/1/25. What?
Oh, no,
Oh,
it has
release
a
party.
release
Okay,
party. Yeah,
okay,
it's probably on Facebook.
Nice.
I love Flicka on Flicka from Cameral's channel. She's also in my community Discord. So she like, if you ever talk to her on her Discord, you will see like the what's it called? It's not the signature, like the whatever it is under the name. Let me find it. She said it to playing Squadron 42 beta. Just staying like that
Nice.
forever.
Anyone like how long has Squadron 42 been in development? That's not even a. That's
11
not
years.
trying to be it. No, Squadron 42 has, because I really don't know.
Wait,
how long
2022? Yeah, 11 years.
Squadron 42 itself has been in development for 11 years.
Well, yeah, because it was supposed to be a mode for
exactly
Star Citizen.
Yeah, it's if you're asking how long have they seen it as a whole separate game that they can then sell separately and get more money for, I
That's
think that was
2015.
2015.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they like recorded all the voice lines and all the mocap from all the actors.
That's when they spent $30 million on hiring Mark Hamill and other people that are famous.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I still don't. I don't know. I'm in menus, by the way.
Randy Sharf said, "We are just testers for our grandchildren." I mean,
that's true.
Yeah,
There's
I-
nothing nicer than seeing a grandfather planting a tree.
Yeah,
For
it's
the
adorable. Then you know one day you have to maybe bury him under that tree. But yeah.
Yeah. Well, that I do have like 100 acres of property, so.
what was that in like noses?
Noses?
I don't know. You guys just have fucking weird. You're not
What?
meters. You're not meters squared. You're not hectares. You're just like
I'm sorry,
Acres? You don't know what an acre is?
I don't fucking know
You
what
guys
an
do
acre
hexagon?
is.
Oh my God! How do you not know what an acre is?
It's like 1.6 miles times 3 minus 2, and then squared, probably something like that.
Yeah, a mile is 639.9 acres. How do you not know that?
Give.
Is it
relax
really?
with-
Is it
A
really?
mile is 639.9 square acres. Yeah.
Of course it is.
These are simple measurements of the imperial system.
Yes.
Imperial technology.
Wait, so you being from Russia, do you know the metric
Yeah.
system? Do you use it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is.
We're waiting for you in the game, Atlas, by the way.
Oh, you're in the game? Oh, I didn't realize
we're
you
in
were running it.
PTU.
Okay, let me get
Yeah.
back into it. I just quit out of it. Let me log in. You guys can just go and then I'll join on you because I'm sure.
Okay, because that's gonna work.
Right.
Well. All right, go back.
I looked into
PTU.
real estate in Serbia and I had to real quick at converting meters squared to square feet. Huh?
Oh, that's easy.
Is it though? Wait, feet is like
Yeah.
no. I know the fucking
Yeah,
inch. The thumb is like 2.52 centimeters.
It's basically nine square feet is a square meter.
9 square meter.
It's easy.
Of course it is. It's easy. Yeah. You guys just don't give up. The whole fucking world gave up, but no, we have our own system.
How do you think the U.S. holds supremacy?
What fucking supremacy? You just had the fucking. Oh, my dog is having a bad dream again. What was the launch that you had that failed? It was like NASA launch.
Did you guys wanna
because they
invite me
had
to the
like
party?
measurements in imperial, but they were supposed to be in fucking metric.
I have no idea.
That happened like last
That
year.
was in the 70s.
No, that happened fucking last year, dude.
No, we
Listen,
didn't.
give Serbia a break. It take a while to catch up. It was probably last year to him, but
Oh, that's
70s
true.
to us.
By the time Serbia
Yeah,
heard
give him a little
about it.
2020.
All right,
How
I'm in.
NASA lost a $327 million mission to Mars.
Okay, so that's not technically their fault. It's because they allowed the European Space Agency to be involved, and they use metric for some reason instead of imperial
For some
units.
reason, because I don't want to have a fucking 3/16 of a quarter of a fucking inch. I want to have millimeters. Like, dude, come on.
Yeah, but
Need the
3/16 is
millis.
more accurate.
Need the millis.
Yeah, 3/16 is more accurate. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, use mils, man. Don't use millimeters. Mils are better. You know what a mil is, right?
What now?
A mil.
A mil? A million?
Yeah.
It's 1,000th of an inch.
Oh, of course it is.
No, everything
Dustin,
I build in
Dustin just
Referral
had
is
that
done in millimeters.
NASA uses metric, but yeah, but they had some like a contractor that was working on something else. They were using like imperial.
Yeah, NASA uses both. Honestly, they don't just use metric.
Yeah, they're like a world. Good luck getting us in, Grump. I think it's the same problem. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying. I'm clicking.
Click harder.
I am, dude. I have my best mouse
guys,
working on it.
You know, we could play Satisfactory. That's a multiplayer game.
I don't have that.
You don't have Satisfactory? That's super
Nope.
fun.
I have Space Engineers, which is basically that, but you can go to space.
Yeah. Space Engineers takes a long time though. Satisfactory, you're up and running within about an hour.
Well, you can do that with Space Engineers too if you have like times 50.
I've got Space Engineers, but I've only played like 10 hours in it.
I can show you around if you want me to.
But
But we gotta test the fucking like the streamy Scold, Star Citizen, Purgatory test environment.
I'm just telling you.
I mean,
right now,
you're not.
it ain't
Your
happening.
stream is right up to what it is. It's this Purgatory, so you're not wrong.
Yeah, there's a reason that most of these people are just putting up finished videos on YouTube and not live streaming to YouTube.
Is there anyone live streaming Star
No,
Citizen right now?
a lot of them are live streaming. A lot of them.
There's somebody somebody's got a live stream where it's working.
Currently,
right
I don't know.
Well,
but like
yeah.
for the past few days, yeah, a bunch of people streamed.
Well, we were in yesterday. I mean, it was working yesterday. Let me click on Star Citizen, see how many
define
live streams
working.
they're going. Space Tomatoes live streaming right now. He's walking around a station.
Yeah, he has the streamer priority pass.
He has the streamer priority pass, which you don't, unfortunately. Even though you asked for
You
it.
know what?
Do
I'm
you
gonna
want to talk
message
about
him.
that? Do you want to talk about Salty's video saying how he trolled everybody?
Let me just tell Tomato to give me the priority pass.
Jack Axton, never heard of him. He's live streaming. He's got 8,000 subs. Grumpy's not live streaming. He's live streaming nothing. Dead Sea is not live streaming, even though it says it's this game. It's not this game.
Trust me, lead, and I'll keep trying as you do your thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of what I've been doing earlier, and it's just not doing its thing.
So yeah, just don't move the mouse and just keep on clicking on
There's
Enter
a
Star Citizen
Polish
Universe.
YouTuber that's in it, and it's working for him. He's flying around right now.
Yeah, Jack Axton is a nice dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a handful of guys
hell,
that it
dude.
seems to be working for, but
Let me play some music in the background.
I wonder if they legitimately like have some type of weird cap on the servers, or maybe something.
they do have a cap. They've talked about it.
Like, how bad is this cap though? Because I doubt there's like a
There's a limited number of US only servers running it right now. That's why it takes forever to get in. And it's a subset of their normal servers. So it's a very small. Basically, I think what they did is they took the Evocati servers and just opened them up to the first wave. But
Nice.
didn't actually move it on more servers.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna like stream Space Tomato streaming.
There you go.
Yeah, comment on it.
Game 2016, they specified they thought it would be in game, I think Q2 of 2017 was the first time they
he is just dude
used the name.
Huh?
He's having elevator problems.
You have an idea to fix me? Fix me? Oh, the UI. Like, there's nothing wrong. Copilot should be able to set quantum points. Agreed. Most anticipated feature in the next couple of years. besides server meshing? I don't know. Engineering's pretty big. Resource management is pretty freaking big.
So yeah, we're gonna watch and react to
Grumpy.
Tomato.
You can't get in. You're just chilling there, but
I've never seen a video of his.
I'm trying to get into the game for 2 hours
Right?
on stream right now.
He's another black dude with a great
I was
voice.
trying for a little while. I got
Who
in
plays this game.
for a cool minute. We did some stuff. We did some salvaging, looked for rivers, saw new caves. We had a pretty decent stream. We were going to do some soft death testing with the cargo refactor, but I'm just about done streaming for the day, so I'm probably going to do that tomorrow or Friday. What you been thinking so far, though, Grumpy? Server
Man, I
meshing,
just
not
want
really
to
a feature,
fucking
though.
play the game, dude.
You and me
You
both.
tried to help.
I keep trying
Disregarded
to get us in.
all your messages. I can only assume you don't want
I don't know
help.
how these
I
people are
answered
getting
your message. You said to take off the helmet, and I said I can't.
Oh my god. Do you guys have anything
I don't
else to
understand.
react to
People,
or
I can't
like
read every chat message. If I don't read your chat message, it's not because I'm
No?
ignoring you. Come on.
Alice just left.
Atlas left? Why? What happened?
Yeah, I think he might have DC'd or something.
I saw your message. You said to look
Let
at
me
your
see.
3 responses. I looked up
Yeah,
and
he's
tried
not
to see
online.
them, and I didn't get to read them all. I thought I saw one. I'm sorry. I'll see you around, I guess.
I'm still spamming.
You just gonna react to me,
All
Logan?
right.
Oh man, that means I have to do stuff, dude. I was probably gonna send you a raid. Oh, I can take my helmet off now.
Space Tomato wants
Cool.
to send me a raid so
That
we
wasn't
can
working before.
watch his fucking stream.
What's that?
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh,
let's
shit,
see if
I
I
think
can
I got
see a screen.
Maybe.
What's happening? Are we here? Oh, no, Atlas is here. What happened,
I'm
Atlas?
And no,
What
I
happened?
still
I
can't.
quit
good?
out of the wrong program.
Oh, okay.
I said, let's just buy
Bad news, stream is
Satisfactory. Let's
ending.
play
Good
that.
news,
That's a
one
good
less person in
multiplayer.
PTU. Yeah, your chance to get in, Grumpy. Take my spot.
I don't know if we're currently loading in status, so I guess we'll see.
All right, so Space Tomato is leaving right now, so he told
I
us
see
to
that.
You
get
just got
his
in,
spot.
Rhino?
Get his spot.
Solid.
Yeah, that'll be good.
To fix your
should be lo-
MFDs and to
you should
fix
be
your
loading
inventory,
the
you can
process,
just
maybe.
relog to bypass the 6,000 error. Join on a friend who's already in a working server. I did see that. I answered to that when you first posted it. I said I didn't want to relog because I was scared I wouldn't be able to get back in.
And I wouldn't mind
since the
doing
stream is already ending, I'd rather just
a
stay in
Space
here with
Engineers kind of a update tour thing or whatever. But I think I want
thank
more
you for
time
the
than I have
advice.
right now to do that with you. If you want to like plan on setting up a
Catch you later,
stream where you
Morgan.
walk
Enjoy
me
your
and
food.
whoever else
no,
through
30K.
Space Engineers.
I'm looking at the black
Bro.
screen when I log into my Star Citizen thing.
Yeah, it says you're actually in a PU right now.
I'm in the sure. The PTU is so fucking good to me. I love it. It's amazing. The best PTU ever.
And you're in menus. Yeah, I think.
I'm
I don't
not.
think
I'm
you
still looking at the black screen.
Oh no, I'm looking at your
See you then, Ford.
your,
This is
your
fucking
status.
amazing. Yeah, I know. Task manager again, I guess. Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Best PTU ever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, should I open my Photoshop again?
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna end the stream here. Fuck it.
All right.
Okay.
There's no point. We're gonna try tomorrow, I guess, or maybe later. My girl is gonna come over anytime now, so.
All right, but let's set up a time at some point in the future to do a Space Engineer stream.
Yeah, sure. Next week.
'Cause I own
next
it,
week.
but I've spent very little time in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week, something Christmas.
But yeah, why not?
Do a heathen stream.
No, dude,
God.
like I'm all up for it. We can make a Christmas tree there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'm
All
up
right.
for
Let
it.
me just sign out on YouTube, and I'm gonna get back to you. So there you have it, guys. Like I'm just done. I can't do, like there's 70 of you. There were like 120 of you sitting here, and like we were trying to get into the fucking PTU. You know that I was trying, and Faithless and Atlas were trying. 2.5 hours, nothing. So, if you found this funny at all or whatever, if you want to support me, super chat, join button on YouTube, Patreon, link is down in the description. Also, Stream Elements is currently just spamming the chat with that. I'm getting hungry. But yeah, if you want to support me, those are the best ways. Also, I have merch, all done by me, and it's all funny and it's all nice. The quality is good from what I hear. It's still in the customs. They don't want to. They actually okay. So quick story. They don't want to give me my merch because they think that I'm gonna sell it. Because I got like a ton of hoodies, a ton of t-shirts and all that. So I told them it's like for my family and me, for my use, so I can test it out, so I can like sell it online. But I couldn't really say that because they would like ask me if I have like a company or whatever, and I don't. So yeah, and then they asked for like the what's it called? What do you guys call that? Like ID numbers of all my family members that are gonna wear the hoodies, because I ordered like 15 hoodies and like 10 t-shirts. So yeah, I'm still waiting on that. I've sent them all the ID numbers and all that shit. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for watching. I guess I'll be on maybe even later. Maybe if the PTU starts suddenly working, I'm just gonna hit the stream button again and I'm gonna stream if these guys are around, because I need friends to help me out with ships and all that. If not, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, and mwah, macho kisses, and good night. Yeah, live long and prosperous, and don't forget to bring it home when you're traveling to space and all that shit. Social security numbers, there we go. Thank you. So yeah, I'm fucking depressed. Yeah, this is not gonna get out. Like, this is not gonna be released in January. Like, it's gonna be released in fucking February, maybe. But yeah, bye. Also, thank you to Space Tomato that wanted to like make me a spot on the servers, but it just didn't work. And